maybe I'm reading, my mind is dazing off, the clock is going, I'm doing my qigong, the clock is going. Are there any days that you're just like fucking like?
Oh, totally,
Yeah.
totally, bro. Like, yeah, we all have those days, and it happens with everything. You know, even like, you know, the qigong, even like a workout, right? There's not like you think of it like working out, like you're not gonna hit the gym every single time and just like totally crush it. Some days you just gotta go in there, feel it out, get the things moving. You know, like it's like yeah, sometimes it is just about consistency and just getting it done. But then when you're feeling good, obviously you should push it harder and focus more. But you know, just do the best you can. It's better to just get it done than not get it done at all and just be like, I'm just not going to do it because I'm not feeling 100%.
Could you explain your Eugen Sandow exercises? Because that's something you've been committed to. And like, I'm seeing you do this stuff, and you're doing this, and I'm like it looks cool. And then I'm like, what the fuck is that?
Yeah, well, I first heard about Eugen Sandow from my mentor Paul Chek, and he had studied Eugen Sandow too. So it interested me, and I started doing more research into him. Eugen Sandow was a strongman and a bodybuilder back from the late 1800s, early 1900s. He was actually the person that created the term bodybuilding. He invented bodybuilding. The trophy at the Mr. Olympia contest, the bodybuilding Mr. Olympia contest that Arnold won, the trophy is called the Sandow, and it has Sandow on it. So he literally created bodybuilding, and so you look at this guy, and he fucking looks like he's on like steroids and stuff, and steroids didn't exist back then. So I was like, dang, this dude like knew something. How do you get these results? So I started like studying his work. He has like 5 different books, started reading all his books. I would say the best book is called Life is Movement. There's a lot of information in there. But I started reading his books, and I was like, dang, this dude's like super philosophical, super smart, just like all this stuff just like made sense. And one of his main messages was that, you know, like strength is health and health is strength, and you got to like work on just like healing the whole body. And he was also preaching about like character and morality, and how when we get stronger that we build our morality. Like as you build the physical body, and that's something I've noticed too. Like I've had very poor character, and that's something I'm always trying to work on bettering is my internal character. And I have noticed that as I've worked on developing the physical body, especially the way he prescribes, that my character has improved. But he talks about, you got to train your physical body to improve your internal health, organ health, your character, and also he says that one of the biggest issues back then, over 100 years ago, was that he says we have educated minds, we've overworked minds and underworked bodies. Basically, we're not being physical enough. We're not actually like grounding ourselves in our body. So that's why we're all stuck up in our head. And when you're stuck up in your head and all your energy's up here, you're only doing mental work. He says mental work with no physical work, that's what really leads to exhaustion. It's really about the mind. So his whole system basically his main system is called the light dumbbell system, where you use a light set of dumbbells, 3 to 5 pounds usually, and you go through this series of exercises. I oftentimes show the same exercise just because I recorded it at the very end. But there's like a series of like I do I think 36 different exercises that target the 36 exercises that target every single muscle in the body. Right now I recorded every single exercise, but right now for the past year, that's something that I just share with my clients. I have it all on a Google Drive, and I share that routine with my clients. But honestly, I feel like called to like make that routine public, because I've seen other videos on YouTube and no one gets it right. The light dumbbell system, like I see these guys on YouTube that's being like, I read like a little bit of his book, and he talks about it's like cardio. You're like pumping like this. No, his whole thing is like it's complete focus. You're like flexing and controlling. You're building that mind-muscle connection. You're integrating your mind through your body. You're going to have a complete control over all your muscles, basically. And you're not only building your muscles, but you're building your willpower. And I don't think it's the fastest way to like build muscle, but it like does something deeper than that. It's like, like I said, it's building not only your mind-muscle connection, and is building muscle, but it's building like that deep core strength, that internal strength, that character, that willpower. And yeah, it's a really powerful routine.
I love that.
I forgot what else I was going to say.
No, I love that. I was
yeah, like that's what my soul guide.
I was just looking at it. It looks interesting.
But, oh yeah, one of the craziest things is, dude, in this routine, like you start out, but you're doing basically how you start out. You start out with like a 3 or a 5. I would say most people should start. My dumbbells are 3 pounds, and I've been doing that just 3 pounds. But so you start with basically a 3-pound dumbbell, and you just do 10 reps of each exercise. It starts with 10 reps with 3-pound dumbbells. Like, how weird does that sound? Like, we're in the gym, pushing these heavy weights, but it's like 10 reps with 3 pounds. But every rep, you're just like really putting your willpower into it. You're building that focus, that concentration. And then he says you should only increase the reps by 5 reps every 3 months. So it's like the slowest progression ever. So it's like it's very interesting. But it's like the long game. It's the long view. It's like you're not going to get as fast of like muscle building results as you do with like a modern day bodybuilding program, but you're going to build this like solid like internal strength that you're just going to keep on expanding forever, really. Like that's
dude, I love that. That's really cool. And it just looks so interesting every time you post it on Instagram. So I was just so curious about it.